One of the most hated game developers also happens to have the most active monthly users among console gamers. And you will not believe who we're talking about, so let's get into it.
Are you listening?
Hey, welcome back, friends. We are currently on the road this week, this time coming to you from Arlington, Texas. And I am so glad that you chose to watch this video, because when I read this story, I could not believe that it was true. Because as far as gamers go, one company consistently is referred to with such vitriol and hatred and disdain. And if you haven't put it all together yet, clearly we are talking about none other than EA. Whether it be the poorly handed ports of Madden, the troublesome loot boxes in FIFA, the botching and abandonment of games like Anthem, the acquiring of new studios only to shut them down, and then you have Star Wars. And please, for the love of God, do not get me started on Star Wars. We could make an entire video series out of that one. The point is, historically speaking, EA has had its fair share of controversy, and gamers have been more than willing to make those transgressions known. But apparently, that hasn't stopped gamers from playing their games. As according to new data from Ampere Analysis discovered by IGN's Rebecca Valentine, when it comes to monthly active console users, EA leads the pack with 16.4% of the market share. What? What about the loot boxes? Anthem! Madden erasing the saved data. You mean to tell me that all of that outrage meant nothing? In fact, the data continues to explain that EA holds a 5% lead over their next competitor, Epic Games, who ended up with 11.4% of the market share, followed by Activision Blizzard, who currently holds 9.6% of the market share. Holy Miyamoto! I mean, let that sink in. EA outperformed Epic Games, who currently owns both Rocket League and Fortnite, along with outperforming Activision Blizzard, who, let's face it, has Call of Duty and Overwatch, meaning that for console players, EA games like Madden, FIFA, Apex Legends, and many others resulted in more monthly active users than some of the biggest franchises in the world, and quite possibly even more impressive. When you look at the graph, compared to other publishers, EA has been consistently holding a 16% user share since September of last year. I mean, how is that even possible? Everywhere I turn, I see someone bashing EA for this, blaming EA for that.
Can you believe what they did with the loot boxes? How could they treat Battlefield like this?
Like either EA has somehow inflated those numbers by having a bunch of bots play their games, or all of the internet outrage that I have seen for the last 5 years was fake and grossly inflated by bots. Kind of catching a trend here. Anyway, bots or no bots, I'm genuinely shocked by these numbers. And when Ampere Analysis expanded upon these numbers, it showed that for the month of February, FIFA 23 players led the charge and on average played 35% of the month of February, beating COD players who were at 27% and Fortnite who was at 26%. And even more shocking, NHL 23 players tied Fortnite with 26%. I mean, Madden didn't even make the list. And I don't know, maybe this is like one of those toxic relationships where you know the person's bad and they're clearly batshit crazy and super manipulative, but you just keep coming back because the sex is fantastic. And clearly, by sex, I'm referring to opening up Ultimate Team packs. And before someone in the comment section's like, nerd, let me tell you, you open up a Ronaldinho on your first try and you're immediately puffing from a cigarette. So yeah, the world's most hated developer is also the most played developer. Which, quite frankly, explains why a lot of the issues have never changed, because in the eyes of EA's executives, what they're doing is clearly working. Yeah, we're pissing people off, but clearly they're still playing our video games. And maybe that is the lesson in all of this. Vote with your fucking wallet. You want EA to change? Stop tweeting and saying,
I am beyond outraged right now.
And instead stop buying and playing their games when they come out. Because with numbers like these, nothing is gonna change.